What's up, guys? Where are we heading to?
Joker Gal,
the premiere, New York premiere of Joker. Plus with Q&A with Joaquin Phoenix, Todd Phillips. It's gonna be pretty sick. On our way to see Joker.
one more time, second viewing.
This time it's the East Coast premiere of Joker, so cast and crew, all that stuff. We're gonna get videos to you after it. Looking forward to it. Where are we, man? What's going on?
Finally went to the trade fair.
Yes, sir. Dallas Trooper. Yep. Premiere on 22nd.
Finally here. I think
I got it. Got it.
Again with my youth.
Producer Emma Koskoff. Filmmaker Todd Phillips. And I'm sorry to do this to you, but Joaquin Phoenix. Wow, thanks for everything. Yeah, we haven't seen each other in a while.
Except for last night.
Congratulations. Great start. Great films spark conversations. For Todd, for Emma, for Joaquin. Back when you first started talking about this movie, what did you imagine the response to this film would be?
I mean, it's a complicated movie. I said it before. I think it's okay that it's complicated. I didn't imagine the level of discourse that it sort of reached in the world, honestly. I think it's interesting. I think it's okay that it sparks conversations and that there are debates around it. My thing has always been, you know, the film is the statement, and it's great to talk about it, but it's much more helpful if you've seen it. You know, and so much. There's been. It sounds insane, but there's been so much conversation around the movie by people that haven't seen the movie. There have been think pieces written by people that say, "I haven't seen the movie. I'm not going to see the movie. I don't need to see the movie." And then they write 2 pages about the movie. You're like, okay, so that I didn't expect. You know, but you know, I don't know that it's hurt the movie and probably has helped. It's good to have people talking, but I didn't, to answer your question simply, no, I didn't expect that, yeah.
See the movie and then...
See the movie and then talk about it, yeah. Seems
Joaquin.
logical.
I didn't really, I don't know that I really think about what's going to happen in the movie once we get done making it. But I know that I don't know if I told you this, Todd, but I gave all my sisters the script and my mom, my whole family read it. And we had a lot of discussion about it. So I guess I imagine that, you know, there were no easy answers, and there's a lot of questions that it poses, and so it makes you think. So I guess I anticipated some of it.
Is that a common practice for you, the circle of trust, sisters and mom?
Not really. Yeah. I mean, they have, but it's not a standard practice. But yeah, this one, we were all together at the time, and I was kind of making a decision, and I was curious what they thought.
Was it a hard decision?
No, I mean, in some ways, no. In some ways, it was a great script, a great character, and that was undeniable. But I think it's probably always a bit of a process for me to commit to something.
Same question.
Easy decision for me to make. I was all in.
Why?
This one, no brainer. The script was amazing. All of it. No, I feel. So
Yeah, Emma was somebody I went to, sorry, but early on, I really wanted her on board early. Emma has amazing taste, Emma has amazing contacts, relationships. I think I went to Emma before anybody on here, except Larry, who I work with on all my movies. But I think you were the first person, so it was really key for me to start with Emma. And she called me pretty quickly, loving it.
right away.
But I guess his question was, did you expect this level of... I
I
know. But I was curious. I'm actually curious. I was curious of the answer from you.
No, you just answered it for me. I cannot do it. Thank you for always saving me in these Q&As, because thank God I didn't use with Todd, because he answers beautifully for me. So there you go.
We're here at the New York Film Festival. Todd, what are some of the films and who are some of the filmmakers that inspire you or have inspired you over the years, over the course of your career?
I mean, when I was younger, really, the movies I grew up on were comedies. Ivan Reitman, John Landis, those are the movies that got me clearly how I started in. As I got older and started studying film, even at NYU, and even a little bit before that, and discovering, the great movies of the 70s, the movies that really, touched people in a way. And it was really Sidney Lumet and, of course, Martin Scorsese. There's great influences in this movie. The King of Comedy's obvious, Taxi Driver, Dog Day Afternoon. These are movies we all talked about on this stage. Larry and Mark Friedberg and I and Mark Bridges, referencing those films. We talked about Cuckoo's Nest a lot. We talked about, there was one that I said, what was the one, Network, of course. We talked about Network. I mean, these are movies that I discovered more in my early 20s that just changed me, but all movies that we were referencing throughout making this, of course, Martin Scorsese is the obvious one. Emma works with Marty for the last 10, 12 years. 17. Okay. But anyway, so it just was a great fit. Emma for us, and then Mark, who grew up here in New York, and the visual references that we have to this movie from other movies, from photographs, from all that, Mark and I would just sort of pour over, and Larry too.
Well, it's a great lead-in. I'm going to get back to the title character in a minute, but Joker's Gotham is a representation of 80s New York, and it's actually such an important character in the film. So for Mark and for Larry, can you talk about some of the aspects or the elements of creating this character of this city, and some of the aspects that you sought to explore and developing?
In a lot of ways, this Gotham is a manifestation of Joker, or at least Joker's a manifestation of Gotham. It made him, it forces him to react the way he does, and we wanted to create a synergy between his emotion and the discord, some visual dissonance of the place. It's, on the other hand, also a place, unlike the city now, which is so scrubbed, but also strangely has life. So in a weird way, through all of its traumas and all of its failings, it's also a place where there's expression on the walls, where people are out in the street, and so all of those things, I think, were both a background, but also a lot of it's a foreground to the character itself.
Hard, man. Yeah, for me, I grew up over the George Washington Bridge in a town called Teaneck, New Jersey. So, as somebody who went into the city and snuck in on buses and stuff in the early 80s, had a very good memory of it. So a lot of it was trying to transport myself. So much of the movie and the look of the movie is more about, we discovered, Todd and I,
What's up, guys? Just got back from Joker. Crazy experience, right?
It was insane.
And I think me and Samir had a pretty interesting experience. Samir, why don't you say what happened?
They moved me out of my seat so that Joaquin Phoenix could sit in my seat.
So basically, Joaquin Phoenix sat right next to Samir, and then I was right behind him, and Zion and Umar weren't that far away either. So we kind of got to watch like the first 10 minutes of the movie with them before he left. So that was actually kind of the craziest moment. And obviously, Joker itself is absolutely insane, and we'll cover it more in a full spoiler discussion. But just on this ride back on this quick vlog, masterpiece, right?
Easily.
5 out of 5.
Amazing.
And then we got our manager here today too, Paris. All right, talk soon. So guys, we're back home from the New York premiere of Joker, and the Faruqi Bros, myself, Zayan, Umar, and Samir, are going to be quickly having a discussion about it, what we thought, full spoiler details. So if you haven't seen the film, watch it beforehand, and let's get right into it. Just give me your basic raw thoughts. Feel free to go into spoilers. Zayan, what did you think about Joker?
It was intense, it's raw, it's emotional, it's unrelenting, they hold nothing back. I mean, this is a character, we know the Joker from all of the mediums, all 80 years of history he has. This is an insane, deranged character, and the way Todd Phillips and the whole cast and Joaquin Phoenix, they dive into his psyche and how insane he really is. I think they did a phenomenal job. This is our second time seeing it.
Yeah.
And it was just as amazing the first, if not even more haunting, and like more so much gravity with it, knowing what's gonna happen.
I think it's the greatest performance by any actor in a comic book film by far. And then the directing, the cinematography, the music, the score basically is what you would expect from like the top tier of
Haunted.
Yeah, like just the top tier of all those things.
On my review quotes.
That's what it is.
Yeah, really, the score and the cinematography together with the story is incredible.
Yeah, and
Let's not spoil it now.
and and let me give my quick thoughts also. I wrote a review after my press screening yesterday where I called it a haunting masterpiece. That was like my way to describe the movie, and the one word to just really what came off to me was the word uncomfortable. And how many times does a movie make you feel uncomfortable? And this is one of those few times where it touches a nerve. Like it touches a nerve. Like, okay, this is a weird movie, and it even doubled the fact that if you're a New Yorker and the movie's taking place in your city and you're seeing your like Joker inhabit like New York, whereas in other movies it's very much a fictional, stylized world, right? Even in Nolan's movie, like there is a sense of a difference between realism and comic books.
He shot Chicago.
Yeah, they shot Chicago, but there was like a bit of a difference. Yeah, but I think in terms of like just tone, like you can still, when you're watching The Dark Knight, you still can tell it's a comic book movie. Yeah, it's one of the best ever movies ever made, but it's a comic book movie. This one, you really can't tell. Like it's, and then if you watch this video, we have to play a clip of Todd Phillips talking at the Q&A at our gala, and he said, like the difference between comedy and tragedy is a very thin line.
Yeah.
And Joker inhabits both of them in this movie. Like he's a tragic character and he's also comedy because this is the whole Joker aesthetic. So going from that, let's go right into our favorite parts of the film. Full spoilers. Samir, why don't you go for it? Favorite part?
My favorite part was at the end when he stood up on the cop cars with everyone around him, and then he made the smile with the blood.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was insane.
That was the real final birth to
And then
Joker.
he turned around to the crowd.
Yeah, the shot from behind his head was like smoke. That was insane.
He got what he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted affection from the world, which is something Todd Phillips talked about, like the character.
I want people to notice him.
Yeah, he wanted people to notice him. Yeah.
He doesn't like being
You know what he
called
wants?
crazy. He doesn't
He
like being
wants
called
being
crazy. Also, he wants to be accepted. I mean, that's even small like part of Heath Ledger's character. I'm bringing up, like because this guy's crazy. Like, no, I'm not. Like Joker doesn't want to be seen that way, and even someone like Joaquin Phoenix Joker, who obviously has a multitude of illnesses from all ranges, he doesn't want to be seen by that or defined by that. So it's a very nuanced kind of plot wrapped around an extremely violent and crazy character.
His Joker and also Heath Ledger's Joker is like, you don't. First of all, Heath Ledger's Joker, you don't sympathize with anything, but like you can get from what they're saying, like what the case that they're making on their side. Like one guy, it's about like complete chaos. He doesn't really care too much about what's going on, but he's showing how how there's double standards in that world, like in society. And then this Joker, you see it at a more personal level, that like
you see every stage.
Yeah, and then you were talking about like it shows you like what a big city can do to a person that has so many different challenges, like mental illness. He's taking care of his mother who also has mental illness, or different mental illness.
And he has obviously a violent tendency as well.
Violent tendencies. He has the laugh.
Yeah.
And oh my god, his laugh.
Every time his laugh is chilling,
It is.
It's a bone-chilling laugh.
And he has like 4 different laughs, so it's very nuanced.
And I feel like the one time where you felt like, he was kind of in control at that point, where when he was sitting with Murray and he let that Joker laugh out while sitting.
Yeah.
And he just ran started laughing. I was like, yo, who's mad? So,
but yeah, like you said, like I know we talked about this between us, like the difference between his Joker and Ledger's, that is the point of view. You're looking at the world from his view, his lens, and that kind of perspective, like we don't really get to see with this character. I guess Killing Joke is one aspect where you kind of dive into his mental like state, but the way they just like dive into this guy's like you really see what he's seeing and what he's going through.
What's your favorite scene?
My favorite scene, I think,
you gotta keep building up.
in terms of shock value, was when he walked into his pseudo girlfriend's apartment, and then they realized that all those times he had where she went on a date with him to the comedy club, when she was in the hospital with his mom, like he made all that up in his head. And in that moment, then you realize what else in the movie is just an illusion. Like what else happened in his head? What actually happened in his life? So I think that was just insane.
It was great. And my favorite scene actually is both of those. I think Samir's scene personally resonated with me more, like that scene where he gets hit by the truck, and then he comes out and they lay him out. Like for these people, he's like a deity of some kind, where he's their symbol. Like, and Joker says, "Oh, I don't believe in anything. I have no political affiliation." But all these people use him as a rallying cry.
He got them to get out of the shadows with him.
Yeah, and he inspired. I think it's funny because Gotham, the TV show, did something similar with their Joker.
Yeah,
where like that Joker is like inspired other people to pretend to be Joker too. I thought that was interesting. But speaking of Gotham, this movie's really not really a comic book movie at all. Gotham City's pretty much New York, like I said, and they don't really try or even care about making this comic accurate, or like Todd Phillips said, like in the clip, he didn't. There's no falling in a vat of acid, like we saw in Suicide Squad, like nothing like that. Where those moments where you become Joker.
That's not a valid complaint from fans, because they didn't complain about him Ledger's either.
Yeah, but Ledger at least had some things where you're like, this guy is Joker, but this guy, like, this actually isn't Joker you knew. Like they said on time, this is a reinvention. This is a complete reinvention. There's no comic book you can draw from where this is that guy. This is a complete new Joker, and you gotta give credit to again Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, I agree.
Do it. So I think the next logical place to go is where we rank this Joker movie among like the greatest comic movies of all time. Like, are we thinking this is like top shelf comic movie, or are somebody thinking it's the greatest ever already? Where does it stand? We've seen it 2 times now. What do you guys think?
I think it's.
You don't give a specific list, right? Just in your top of your head, like thinking, this is up there. Like,
it has to be up there. It doesn't top feel 5.
Honestly, yeah.
It's already better as a film than every other film.
It's a film, and like categorized as a comic book movie, it kind of lessens what it is, because it's not playing to that. It's a film, and
but
it's trying to give.
But people can put their ranks.
It is a comic movie. It's a comic book character. It's a comic book movie by definition. So it's definitely top 5, and it might be top 3 for me. But I'm still mulling it over. I'm gonna sleep on it.
All right. So what do you think? It's bona fide masterpiece, I'm guessing, right? So
yes.
For me, I'm thinking top 3 as well. And when order is unset and always changes anyways. But top 3, top 4 seems pretty natural for it. Again, let's move back to favorite Joker. I think we all agree Joaquin Phoenix's performance is Oscar worthy. Heath Ledger also won an Oscar, for his role. He was a supporting actor, but he did win an Oscar. So, do you think?
Yeah, with 43 minutes screen on.
Yeah. Do you think Joaquin Phoenix will be on his way to win an Oscar,
Yes.
or at least a nomination? What do you guys think?
He deserves a win.
It'd be criminal if he didn't win, and it would be also criminal if he wasn't nominated. So
Yeah.
It would be an abomination if it wasn't nominated. Like that would just be. It would be
that
like
would be bad.
I don't know what to say.
But for favorite Jokers ever, time will tell because thing is Heath Ledger's Joker, like with the passing of time, people only loved it even more.
Yeah.
So this Joker is so good at what they went for, and what they went for was disturbing and dark. Not that the other Joker wasn't, but this is set in a like very weary world, anyways. So they almost did too good at what they were trying to go for,
Yeah.
because of that, this Joker will probably not, like, it'll be a little bit more divisive. Like
Yeah.
some people will come out and be like, "Yo, this is too much." Some people will come out and say, like they already have,
Yeah, they have.
and they're gonna bring up stupid things like other conversations that have nothing to do with movies.
Yeah, we have whole podcasts about that.
Yeah, so that stuff I think comes into play because of all the negative.
Yeah.
By spin, yeah.
And
But Ledger's my favorite.
yeah, so I think let's
I'll cover this.
probably cap this one off by kind of giving our scores for the movie. What are you guys thinking for it?
This is a 6 out of 5 movie.
Is that a
This is
five?
top
Five out of
If,
five?
if we were to nitpick, I would nitpick when he goes on the edge, or not the edge, when he goes on the stairs and they're they're playing the freaking sports music, the music that you hear in hockey a lot.
No.
If I was to nitpick, I would say that should, maybe if you just play the normal score, his actual
Yeah.
score, that would be, like if you were to nitpick really, it would be like 9.9.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad. Like I felt the same way first time around.
Second time around, it was a
Second
little
time around, and the way it like transitioned to the main theme, like the crescendo of it.
Yeah.
By the time it was getting to the end of the stairs, I think it was
They had
just
a woman
sick.
screaming.
He just killed the guy
Sick.
and put on all the
They
makeup.
had a woman
Yeah,
screaming.
exactly. And that scene
It
actually
was like badass.
is that scene is incredibly visceral as well. They really made use of their R rating, I would say. Again, 5 out of 5 for me. My review's already up on Rotten Tomatoes and on ComicBook Debate, so you guys can read kind of my full thoughts, the full 2,000 words on it. But what do you guys think about Joker? You know, assuming that you've seen it by the time you watch this video. Let us know in the comments below. If you like this new style of vlogs and on-camera videos, definitely give us a like so we'll know that you guys are enjoying it and we'll keep doing it. From myself, from Zayan, from Umar, and from Samir, this is the Frugi Bros. We'll see you next time. Peace out.